Yeah, I went up through there and I wasn't even recording it.
Yeah, you have to go back down because up here there's a fence eventually. I took pictures on these piles, flexing climbing up that real slow, but because of my breakover angle, I couldn't go but so far. And it was like, alright, we ain't going up that. And it don't go anywhere to my knowledge. It's more of a four-wheeler trail. I was just letting it climb up and this goes on. But,
I mean, this is third gear right here. Where did this go?
I don't know. I don't remember how far, but it goes back in there. Like I said, we had to turn around eventually and come back because of the fence. But there was room to turn around up there. But we had never went this far before. I thought, let's go see where it goes anyway.
It's a good trail, actually.
It's kind of rough for what it is. This is where these come in handy, for the passenger especially.
Yeah.
I'd rather hold that than this.
Yeah. Even with the driver, if you really get rough.
Particularly if you have the doors off, Karen would probably appreciate having something to hang on to right there. I don't think she likes the idea of the doors being off. I'm like, gee,
I've never
wrong with it.
I've just played with it a little bit to see if the four-wheel drive and stuff work. You can definitely tell the knuckles on the front. The turning radius is a lot more turning. Yeah. Instead of just turning like you would when it's. Yeah, that Rubicon trail one that Trail Recon did was like, so we went on a trail for 3 hours and we traveled a mile and a half or something like that, they said.
That's what they say. That's a long trail just because of the.
It's like
so technical or whatever.
It's like 18 miles long or something like that. That's fourth gear. Now, do the lockers work? They don't work in two-wheel high, do they?
No.
They only work in low?
That's my understanding.
You feel a whole lot more of the tires moving that steering wheel doing this.
I'm trying to think what did... Something, I thought something worked in 4 high. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, there's it's the...
I don't think the stabilizer does, but...
Yeah, they're blinking at me. It's that where one tire starts spinning, it applies the brake to it, let the other tire start get traction. And that's taking off in third gear right there.
Yeah, I'll definitely like that transfer case ratio better.
Yeah, you
That
can't.
thing is low.
It's like put it in third gear, you can't even kill it. You know? I had fourth gear is like just let the clutch out. There you go.
This is the hill I was talking about. It climbed up this hill just by itself. I just put it in low range and first gear, and it just, we were amazed. I'm thinking, I can't believe this thing just, I mean, it's barely moving, but it actually just climbed. I'm thinking, that's pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah, this don't have it, I guess, because it's a standard.
Well, no, but you could just barely give it gas and do it in this one.
Yeah.
Now it's not the. It just actually until that point I didn't realize I'd put it in low gear.
Going straight at it.
Yeah. I never went that way. But I'd watched a video where they were explaining now. A lot of people that get these automatic Rubicons don't understand that when you
I'm
put
not
it.
touching gas feed right here.
Well, that's what I was thinking. If it was in first gear, I don't think you'd have an issue.
I'm in second gear.
But they said just because you put it in low gear and it's in low range, it automatically puts it in second gear.
Yeah.
So you have to bump it over one to put it in first. And when I did, the thing just started pulling, and I had to hold the brake. I thought, that's ridiculous.
I'm not doing nothing. It's just doing this on its own. So
It's the same deal.
Something. Yeah, it's doing something. Yeah.
It's just so low geared, it just pulls. And like I said, it's slow, but it's still impressive that you don't even have to give it
Yeah,
gas. It's even more impressive in a stick to me.
Yeah,
Because the automatic ain't gonna die, but
yeah,
this thing to do that, it's like, that's pretty stinking impressive.
I thought I may have read something about it able to do this, but I just assumed it meant the automatic because I didn't think the stick would self-drive itself.
Now this is, you might go to the right, because that's a gnarly little ditch right there. Of course you do have a winch, so, but, and I didn't have the ground clearance for it. You could probably deal with it, but I sure
That is
couldn't.
a pretty good ditch.
And you can turn around right here if you want, because there's a fence right up here, but you have to turn around anyway. But
That's kind of cool. I didn't know it would do that.
I didn't think it wasn't a stick. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I did read that feature, but I just assumed that it meant it was the automatic. I wonder what they're doing over here.
Yeah, it's private property up there. He's got it fenced off. Now you could deal with that, but these tires and your clearance, a lot easier than me.
Yeah, I didn't disconnect the sway bar. I don't even know how that would work.
Well, I did read that somebody had made a comment on the lifts, and they were pointing out that yes, it does electronic disconnect, but if it's the sway bar that works in 4 high. They said, but if you get above 17 miles per hour, it reconnects on its own. They said, so we have the manual disconnect, so if we're out wheeling at Moab and you get on a dirt road and you want to do 20 miles an hour, 25, you don't have to deal with re-disconnecting. You can just leave them disconnected.
So the sway bar says it's flashed and now it's on steady, so it should be disconnected right now.
Right.
Get a little hole over here too. Got all these lights lit up there. The ECS is off.
I don't know I know where that'll turn out, but I don't, like I said, I've never went down in it mine.
All the left.
Because it looked more like a 4-wheeler that went through there. I thought, well, it probably gets pretty tight.
Good, Dunks. This is a good test. I mean, really. I mean, most people.
That's a steep hill.
That's a boat review.
And for you not even giving it gas in the thing,
Yeah.
you had it in first gear, I know that some gun wouldn't.
I'm not sure if I probably knock our shift to first because it's you don't want it to die on you going up the hill.
Well, I don't think it will.
That's too slow.
Yeah, it is slow. That's for sure.
I think it feels the RPMs pull down and it's automatic giving it gas. See.